Which one is better, faceless content or personal brand in terms of making money, in terms of scalability? On faceless content, I'm going to speak from experience. On personal brand, I'm also going to speak from experience, but my experience in personal brand is a lot lower as compared to faceless content. I've just started personal branding, but I'm going to speak like with examples. A lot of people, for example, like Logan Paul, KSI, Kim Kardashian, etc. So let's start with the faceless content thing, right? Why faceless content is so popular? The simple reason is you can literally get started with faceless content in a day right now. If you just stop watching this video, go into CapCut, edit a video, you can upload it right now. The problem with personal brand, first of all, you need to make sure that you as a person are comfortable with showing yourself on camera, right? I was not comfortable. I'm just trying to, put myself out now. Before, I didn't have all of this equipment also, and I'm gonna also get into this point. So you want to make sure that you are comfortable with putting yourself on the camera. Like you make sure that you have the charisma, you have the, the style to speak basically, and it's gonna improve, right? I'm also improving. Takes a lot of like heart for you to do a personal brand as compared to faceless content. You can just literally copy another short, copy another podcast, download the podcast, make clips out of it and upload it, and it doesn't take like any physical effort on your end, right? You're not making any clips. That's why faceless content is so popular among teenagers, also among very young people who don't want to show themselves, they just want to create content. And I was one of those teenagers also, but now I realize the power of personal branding also. Then so now I'm trying to do it. And by the way, this is not my personal brand. I don't know if this pops off, but my personal brand is the other channel that I'm now running. So yeah, basically $0. You can take a podcast, clip it, and there's no copyright issues, right? Because you're making content, you're publicizing, like you're marketing someone's content. Why would they take it down? Right? If you take a podcast, clip it up, upload it on YouTube, you're basically doing the editing work for them, everything for them. Why would they like, hey, don't upload this? Nobody does it. I've never personally experienced any copyright strikes from the podcast, the countless amount of podcasts that I've clipped. It's very, very easy. Faceless content is very, very easy. And to get your editing skills up and running, to make yourself into a very good editor, faceless content is awesome, right? Faceless content is awesome. I've done the same route as well. I've made some like 1500 1700 shorts now, and it's very, very like easy to start. So but the cons are there also. So faceless content, you're not really an asset. Your content is your asset, which is a big no-no, because if your whole page gets deleted, basically you're deleted. You have to start all the way over, right? But obviously you have the skills, so you'll get yourself up and running a lot faster. Same with this platform. It's gonna be a while, bro. But for example, if I am popular, if I'm big is popular, I'm the asset, right? The personal brand, in the personal brand, and you are the asset. For example, if Logan Paul's channel gets deleted, bro, it's literally gonna take him a month to reach 1 million subscribers, because he is the asset, right? Nobody watches Logan Paul's channel because he has so many subscribers. People watch him for him. He's entertaining. He has personal brand. Same with Kim Kardashian. He has hundreds of millions of followers on Instagram. People, if she deletes her account, I 100% guarantee you in a week she gets 1 million followers. Ronaldo, a great example of this. I personally think he's one of the top 10 most popular people in the world. You can literally ask anyone who Ronaldo is. Everyone knows who Ronaldo is. He made a YouTube account and he reached 70-ish million subscribers in 3 weeks. It literally broke every single YouTube record that was out there. So the long-term security is insane in personal brand, because you are the asset, right? Nobody can delete you. Yeah, personal brand is awesome for that. But again, the investment, the want to show yourself on camera has to be there, and it's a lot of effort, right? You have to be charismatic. You can't be just like talking to the camera like this and just speaking in a monotone voice. You have to be articulate. You have to keep things up and spicy, and you have to consistently improve on your articulation skills, right? You have to come, when I started out on like making videos on, like I started recording myself. If I show you some of the videos that I've made in the past, even of the abundant school lessons, you're gonna be like, holy cow, this guy was terrible. The confidence, you'll get the confidence, but again, it's gonna take a lot of time. So the faceless content, you are not the product, right? Your content is the product, and you're copying other people's products. So you're basically leveraging other people's product for your success. So that is not in terms of long term, that is not a good way to go. So personal branding is definitely the way to go. Personal brand is by far the harder and the more powerful part, right? You're gonna suffer a lot in the beginning. but the dividends that you get, what if you dedicate just 5 years to personal branding, I 100% believe that you will make millions of dollars. Like personal brand, because you are the asset. If you attach yourself to any business, that business is going to grow, it's going to make you money, right? You when you're popular, when you have a good personal brand, sponsorships, deals, brand deals, you launch a product, it goes amazing, it goes viral, right? All of these things, personal brand has, like, in my eyes, personal brand is the way to go, but obviously it's very hard. So what I did, this was my route of personal branding. I started with faceless content. I got amazing at video editing. I started with faceless content. Because I didn't have the money, nor I didn't really want to show myself on camera. I just focused on personal branding. I made so many shorts, I made so many longs, and eventually I started to do client work. That's how I started to make my first dollar online. And then I eventually started to affiliate for products, and then I went into short form content creation full time, made a school community out of it. I earned through the AdSense as well. So now I've earned money. I have enough funds to invest in a lot of equipment, and now I'm making the personal brand. Now I'm making the personal brand because I have the funds and the equipment now. So overall, very hard personal brand, but it's going to provide you with insane leverage at the end, right? If you just pull it off, it's going to be insane. So which one should you choose? Personally, if you don't have the budget, just opt in for faceless content. Try to improve on your editing skills, try to improve on your clipping skills, etc. And then eventually you can move up, just like I did. You can start doing personal branding, right? Or if you want to do personal branding only, save up some money, man. Save up some money, go work a job and get some nice equipment, a good phone, some proper lighting, and that is how you can get yourself up and running. And then you will have to improve on your speech, articulation skills, all of that good stuff. It's going to be hard at first, personal brand, but I personally think that it's going to be the better option, and it's going to serve you a lot more in the long run as well, because any sort of business you attach to, it's going to go viral. So that is it for me. This was a I don't know how long this was. Please keep this in mind, right? It's going to be a lot easier faceless content, but personal brand, it's just whole another level. So if you want to learn more, you can click the link below. Shameless plug, Abundance Creators will take you from beginner to amateur for free. If you have some budget, opt in for Abundance School. We're going to take you from beginner to amateur to intermediate to advanced. You're going to learn everything, and Abundance Lux is where we handle all of the content for you. You don't have to worry about anything, and that is pretty much it for me. I will see you guys in the next video.